calling back. We're going to try to give her a call again, and then she just added another phone number to the 13-year-old grandson who's possibly with the daughter. Step out with this.
2412.
Veteran crisis hotline's calling in, so they have a female veteran's off her medication. She's at work to safe haven. Attacking 12, check that one out.
6-1 bullet, 6-1 try to get shot.
Also still stands for talk. No.
Offender in custody. Temporary.
Thanks. Anyone else close? Wait till you result. Let me know. First number. 10-4.
Related?
Yeah, well,
She's calling back. We're going to try to give her a call again, and then she just added another phone number to the 13-year-old grandson who's possibly with the daughter. Step out with this.
2412.
Veteran crisis hotline's calling in, so they have a female veteran's off her medication. She's at work to safe haven. Attacking 12, check that one out.
6-1 bullet, 6-1 try to get shot.
Also still stands for talk. No. Anyone else close? Wait till you result. Let me know.
Supervisor and phone with the location report with the press attached.
Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Is it? Oh my God! Come on, StreamYard. It was so promising before I even got on. Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
If this screen would switch, that would be beautiful. There we go.
There we
Oh
are.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you. And thank you, Rosie. Appreciate you very much. I can't wait to get into what we're going to get into tonight.
Yes.
And
heard.
it's a scorcher, man.
Really?
Yeah. I had to I had to whip out the on location gear here because it's so damn hot. Couldn't even wear my media hoodie. Um Woo, it's toasty. Even with air conditioning, I was like, damn, I can't turn it down that much, you know. Then I'll get like $1,000 bill. We can't have that.
Well, enjoy it while we freeze.
Yeah, it's
Fine.
freezing over there for you. Good morning, everybody. And I want to say contribution call out. Thank you so much, Lori, for becoming a member. I know you were one before, and YouTube shut down my channel almost 2 weeks ago. Getting close to that 2 week mark, and there's unfortunately, I think I lost like it was like over 100 memberships. I think I lost just
Really?
from
That's
when they
a
did
lot.
that. Yeah, because when the memberships, whatever memberships are inside that window, they're gone. That
Yeah.
need that will renew. They're gone, and so people's milestones and all sorts of that stuff get reset. It's a bunch of to say that you get your channel back to the way it was normal is a bunch of BS. Um, but anyway, I wanted to talk about a couple things. I guess William's going to be on a show tonight. Um, BK's friend,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I'm still waiting. Has anybody? I don't know. Has anybody seen any of these photos be posted from these friends? And I'm talking all of them.
Yeah, we're waiting for pictures of Brian with his strictly adulthood friend.
It's been crickets. It's been crickets. You
Okay.
have you have pictures with your friends, right? I got
Yes,
pictures with my
of
friends.
course.
Do me a favor, type one in chat if you have pictures with your friends as well.
It's gonna be
Yes,
old ones.
I'm still waiting. I don't know. It's been I didn't even make this until I got that snarky ass, shitty ass comment back on my video when we went over them, and then it's like, okay, dude, I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to ruffle no feathers here. If you like watched my video and kind of check that out, then you would know I was very supportive of the things you were saying. Very supportive. And I wasn't even, the only thing that I had questioned, maybe that's what pissed him off, because in the video, when I first started it out, and I even said it at the end, why did it take 2.5 years for you to come out when you've had your YouTube channel since 2018? And if you care about him and you've known about him that long and you were compelled to
Yeah.
make a couple videos about it, because we didn't even know about him until he made those couple videos, and so I was like, why did it take 2.5 years, 3 years for you to say something? 2.5 years. So I don't know, maybe that upset him. And then later on we found out that he was telling Harsh that YouTube deleted his videos, and then I got the direct links because I share my credits, and so I went and clicked on those links of those videos, because I even put the direct links to those two videos in the description and in the pinned comment section. And so I clicked on both of them, and it said the videos had been removed from the uploader. And I was like, okay, well, what is that about? So already it was like already it was like already it was kind of, that, you know
Hmm.
you know it's one of these kind. I smell hot dog steak. Now, supposedly he's supposed to be going on uh, to a show tonight and supposed to be talking about, uh, his friendship or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, I mean, me and Elvis used to rock
I
it
know.
out.
I know.
That? Yeah,
Yeah.
we used to. I'm telling you, I could have like 10 shows alone on the road stories of when me and Elvis used to go on tour together. It was crazy, Rosie.
I can imagine.
I don't have any. I don't listen. Don't ask me for.
More about those. That's fine.
Don't ask me for any pictures with Elvis. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't have them. Okay, I don't have them. But
But you
just
were friends.
just trust me. Me and Elvis were on the road together. Just trust me. I don't have any photos of us. Okay. Right. Yeah. So it was like, okay, a supposed recluse that's about to that a recluse, right? That is supposed to go on a live show tonight. So
And we will see.
I don't know. I've never heard of the dude before. I don't know whose show it is. I've never heard of him. Some bird, something. I watched Jules' video this morning, and shout out to her too. Yeah, he left a comment on her video because there was some documents that came out, and William was one of the witnesses, and she put out a video last night like, is this him? And I guess he responded on her video, and like asked her to not use his picture and stuff and all this other stuff. And she's like, isn't it kind of weird how like all of these people have been using the thumbnails and his photos on it? Hell, I put his photo on the first video that I did covering his two videos, the one that he snapped back on me on. It's like, look, dude, you're the one that said you guys were friends forever. I've known this kid forever, and you kept calling him a kid. I just assumed you knew him since he was a fucking kid. I mean, forever, right? I've known that kid forever. I'm like, oh shit, wow, okay, cool. Like somebody's a friend that known him since he was a kid forever.
It does sound like it.
He went, rawr. I was like, whoa. Trying to add shit, and I'm like, dude, I wasn't trying to add nothing. I was just going off of what you said, buddy. Like, damn. But she was right. She's like, all these people have had some people have even went to like his social media and used those photos for their thumbnails. I didn't even go that far. I just used a photo from his video. I didn't go that far to like search the dude's socials and all that other stuff because I didn't need to. As soon as you're lying about your video being deleted from YouTube and it was you, and who's going to get you? Harsh is going to get you attention. You leave it in the comments, and you're like, hey, so everybody's like, oh, that's him. Hell, when we first watched those two videos when they came out, he only had like 200 subs. And
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could see it on my video when I showed you his channel. It was like 240 subs or something like that. The dude's blown up, and so so it's like I don't know. It just listen. Anybody can say anything that they want to. Look, it's as simple as this, and this is why I was asking from then. It's as simple as this. If you're friends, you would have photos together. Make a community post. You know what I'm saying? Make it any of these friends, because at this point, I'm tired of hearing all the BS. I'm tired of these people that are like these narratives and, oh, I heard this and this and this, and then you go to check it yourself and it's like they never even said that. Even the stuff where she was like, I seen Brian Koberger, I parked right next to him, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, that's why we did the audio boost in the first place, because people were asking me, what exactly did she say? Because there was so much stuff going around. And I'm like, I don't freaking know. I don't want to lie to people. You know, I know what I know based off of the original, but I don't want to lie to people. I don't want to say, hey, I might have heard this, or somebody emailed me they heard this, and all of a sudden, oh, maybe they. No, I'm not trying to do that. So that's why I did the audio boost in the first place. I'm like, hey, let's see exactly what she said, because I'm tired of all the bullshit.
Right.
There's so much speculation and theories already. I mean, we're hitting almost the 3-year mark, and there's so much regurgitated. You know, people are getting bored and they're coming up with all this other shit too, and it's just, can we just stop it all? There's so much muck that is in the waters of the Idaho 4 case already, and all that shit does is just toss more muck in the water. You know, the manipulations and the lies and the twists and all these other things, and it's like, let's just, you know, that's why I'm like, why don't all the freaking friends that have been out there, right? All the damn friends that have been out there on YouTube, post a fucking picture, man, because I'm tired of hearing about it all. I really am. And it's as simple as that. If you're a friend, you would have a photo to post. You know, something.
Of course.
You know, and then with this too, I don't understand, because you know, I was sit there and I did my video about my story. You know, there was a lot of people that were discussing that the only reason people were standing up against plagiarism was because they were jealous, because they didn't get the video first and all this other shit. And it's like, I've never needed anybody to create what I've created over here. I've never needed anybody. Hell, most of the time I do my shows or I have people hop on. How many times have I done a guest spot? You know what I'm saying? Go look at it. You know, so it's like, no, you know, oh, they were, you know, covering up sources and all this other stuff. And, you know, there's quite a few content creators out there that agreed and not only doubled down on this stuff that I was bringing up about it, you know, but I posted my story yesterday morning because, again, it's like the speculation, the people want to deflect from the truth. You know what I'm saying? You put the truth out there. People don't want to be accountable and they want to deflect from it. You know what I'm saying? And so I put my story out there, and that's the reason why, you know, if I come across plagiarism, I'm going to speak up. And that's why, because of my story. If you don't know my story, check my video upload. It's the last video I have uploaded in the video tab, and it's the plagiarism effect. The reason why I stand up against plagiarism if I come across it, because of what happened to me. And that's what the message was about, you know. And so I wake up this morning and then I get these messages on my video of, this wasn't the video of my story because this person couldn't go listen to that. This was the video that I called out all the lies and how you can't get that information from DoorDash that way, and how you didn't give credit in the description or in audio in either videos of the person that you took the content from, that you covered their watermark with your watermark. And then also, you didn't find the video by coming across the lady's name, like you said, because the lady's name wasn't even in the description of Officer Axon's YouTube channel. And so they were all lies meant to deflect attention from the truth and not take accountability for a mistake. Look, if you make a mistake, people make mistakes. We're human. We're meant to make mistakes, but we're also meant to take accountability, and we're also meant to learn from them to become better. Because if we can't take accountability, then we can't become better. Because if we don't think that we did anything wrong and we think that we're the best, well, then how do we learn from a mistake? Right? And so I didn't understand why these were even left on here, because um, it already comes with the territory. It's kind of like first grade, right? When you're using content, you always credit your sources. It's first grade shit. And so I didn't understand the question that was left on my video when I woke up this morning about why they would need to give credit to Officer Axon. They haven't uploaded the public record video for anything related to Idaho 4. And I said, well, you covered up their watermark and never gave credit in audio or in description. It's called plagiarism. It's presenting someone else's work or ideas as your own without giving proper credit. It encompasses using another person's work, ideas, or creative work, whether intentionally or unintentionally, without acknowledging the original source. Okay? Now, when you go to my story and you see what took place, when I put myself in that kind of danger, I go to that kind of effort, I go that far to get you guys what I can give you, and somebody else used my 4K video of the work and the danger that I put myself in, trying to get answers for Micah's family, sharing whatever I could with Micah's father. Okay? And this person took that video off of my shit and then used it and created a paid subscription show where they had to pay to watch this person talk over my video that I did all that work for, that I had put all that effort and investment and time into, and then used it like it was theirs. Did the same exact thing to me.
Yeah.
That's wrong. Okay. And then another laughing out loud. You've gotten so much content from my find, and here you are talking about me. No lies. I chatted. Not. It doesn't matter. You're not getting that information from DoorDash. We've already confirmed all that. Whether it's through a chat service, it's more not taking accountability. It's more using a lie to cover up another lie and another lie and another lie and another lie. I invited her to keep creating more of her lies on my comment section. And I also invited her that maybe instead of creating excuses, maybe why don't you create the reasons why you should hold yourself accountable. Yes, I did cover up somebody's watermark intentionally. I also intentionally didn't credit them. I also intentionally misled the public to make them think that I was the one that did the FOIA and uncovered the body cam. It was all deceptions. And so, is anybody harassing anybody? I mean, all I did was come out with my story. I called out the lies a few days ago, and then I saw all the gaslighting that some of the community was doing when it comes to this. If you're in a content-based world when you're on this platform, this is what it is. It's called content. There's rules that go along with that. Just like when you go out on the road and you see a red light, it means stop. There's rules that come with it. And that's fine. If people they're too naive, or they want to gaslight and act like, oh, I made a mistake, even though everybody's not stupid. I mean, we're sleuthers. We make sense out of what doesn't make sense. And when the lies are so non-creative that it's so obvious for the community to see through them, and the fact that there's no accountability, that's a problem. There's plenty of people that have fucked up on here and they said, look, I fucked up. But when you don't even admit it, and then at the same time after that, you see somebody's story of exactly what you did. You see somebody else's story, and if you guys haven't seen it, trust me, go see what the hell happened to me. And then you want to come to my video and you want to continue the gaslighting, go ahead. I'll continue to call out your gaslighting. But my story is my story. And maybe if it happened to you, Translu Copy, then maybe you would see it the way that I do. It shouldn't even have to go that far. It should already be first grade knowledge. But maybe it would have to happen to you in order for you to understand it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, honestly, I think that just following from everything that you're saying, one of the biggest issues with this here is the fact that if you needed any confirmation that things weren't, on the up and up, things are like just changing here. I mean, first it was a need to protect one's sources, and now it's suddenly that the credit wasn't necessary.
You're not protecting a source you're not protecting a source that's been out. The video and the channel has been public for over 9 months.
I really don't think Officer Axon needs translucent protection from anything.
And that's not protecting a source. No, it's more gaslighting.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, it's not even staying the same. If anybody had any doubts that there was something strange going on there. And also, I mean, when it comes to getting in contact with DoorDash, over and above everything that you're saying, that they wouldn't give out that information, they would probably be more skeptical about giving out information about that DoorDasher. There's probably something on the system, because the warrants went out ages ago, there's probably something there that says that this is even more protected, because they know that there's a case on that person. They're not just going to start dishing out names regardless.
No, you need verification. You need multiple verification.
Yeah.
Like the story of how you did the DoorDash stuff is just as not creative as you saying that you did a YouTube search with her name and you came up with Officer Axon's YouTube channel's video. Her name was nowhere in it. If you searched her name on YouTube, his video doesn't come up and didn't back then. Now, maybe because people are putting comments in the video with her name in it, maybe now. But you go through the description. You can go to my video. That's when it shows the no watermark in the bottom right that he added after that took place. It shows the real description of both videos. It shows how her name wasn't in there. So it's just like I'm saying, these lies are not even creative enough for people to have to really dig too far. Really, it's not. Just like the DoorDash stuff. I know people that work for DoorDash. Okay. I talked to them first. I was like, can you guys, what the hell is this shit? They're like, dude, there's so many verifications that you have to go to. Even when you apply, there's background checks and all sorts. I mean, they go the fuck out. Okay. And then to sit there and say that they made mistakes over and over and over. It's like, no, just admit it. Stop making up when you have to make up lies to cover another lie. Aren't they usually really hard to believe? Yes.
Yeah, they start getting out of hand as
They're
well.
really, yeah, they get out of hand. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, just stop. You know what I'm saying? It could have easily been like, hey, I'm going to put his channel in the link in the description because I can edit that later. I can put his link and edit it in the video. There's so many things that you can do. And it's like, no, I did this. And that's what it's like. Like,
Yeah.
are you even an adult? Like, should you even be on YouTube? Like,
Mm-hmm.
seriously, because this is like common sense shit. And it's just all this muck in this Idaho 4 water already. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, can we just talk about the real shit? Can we just talk about the real shit? You know, the real friends. Are you real or not? You know, the body cam. We already found out it wasn't real from the intro. Just okay,
Yeah.
sorry. It's like, why do you think they make training wheels for bicycles? So you can keep making mistakes and you learn from them. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually you're like, Mama, they're off. Grow the fuck up, dude. Seriously. And go ahead. Come in my comment section and continue your gaslight. I'll continue to expose it.
Yeah,
But
no, that just made it look worse. It really did.
I encourage everybody, go watch my story. It wasn't about that person. It was about what happened to me. And it was about why it's important to me. I don't give a fuck who cares. Listen, you think I give a fuck? I get so much shit that I have to turn over to law enforcement and that I could have been first on. You think I give a fuck about being first? Any of my team knows I don't give a fuck about being first because there's plenty of shit that I still keep my mouth shut on that I could say that I don't give a fuck about being first. It ain't about being first. I don't give a shit. It's about doing what's right and going about it the right way. Because when you've been a victim of plagiarism, when you've been a victim of some major ass plagiarism that happened to me, then yeah, it's a little important when you see somebody else covering up somebody else's watermark and they don't give credit whatsoever. In the next video, they're like, some body cam channel. Grow the fuck up, dude. This is real world. You know what I mean? We got a lot of shit going on overseas. We got a lot of shit happening in this country. There's a lot of real shit going on. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. And this too. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the 2-hour and 50-minute mark of that video where I came on that show, you will see that I was defending the host. And then you can see or hear what I said. No, wasn't even, I'm like, they just got to pay better attention. Maybe don't have 2 shows up at the same time. Because the host was getting attacked. So I stood up for the host. Hey, pay attention. Don't watch 2 shows at the same time. That discussion wasn't even happening. And then all of a sudden that person wanted to say, well, CJ can F all the way off. And then all of a sudden people in the comments wanted to talk about, oh, CJ was going after it. What are you talking about, dude? Go to the 2-hour, 50-minute mark and you can see I'm defending the host. And then this person wants to get mad because I told him to pay attention and not watch 2 shows. Like, what the fuck?
Speaking of defending, Michigan's comments have been great that she's been leaving. I don't know if you.
I responded to the comments. I said, go to the 2-hour, 50-minute mark, and you can see I was defending the host. Like, I mean, you can see it for yourself. I don't know. Do you guys? I don't see the comments. So maybe they got removed. I don't know. But I'm like, yo, you can just go to the 2-hour, 50-minute mark. Why are they talking about the kids and drugs? We weren't talking about the kids and drugs. Nina wasn't talking about the kids and drugs. Nobody. We were talking about Emma and Demetrius.
Right.
It's like, why don't you pay attention? Quit watching 2 shows at once. Oh, now I can F off. I was like, well, you can F all the way off too. I know. I'm like, you can F all the way off too. If you want to tell me to F all the way off, well then I don't give a shit what you think. It's like, I don't eat, like, what other people eat don't make me shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck. And that's why some people don't like me. Because I don't care. How I feel about me, you don't validate that. You know what I'm saying? I know if I'm being a good person, and I know if I'm not going to allow other bullshit to be around me, because let's be honest, there's enough bullshit in this real world. There is. There's so much stuff to get upset beyond YouTube and beyond these cases. There's so much stuff to go through and have emotions tied to and all these other things. You think I give a fuck what one person on this planet that has billions of people, you think I give a fuck what one person thinks other than my mama and my family? Fuck no. You don't validate me. You don't validate my worth. so so listen, go ahead. Tell me to F all the way off. I don't give a shit. But at the same time, I know where I'm in the right and I know where I'm in the wrong. I'll admit to my mistakes. But at the same time, when I didn't do anything wrong like that night, I'm just trying to defend the times that it's why I always say go check the tape. Because literally the tape don't lie. You can go to the show, go to the 2 hour 50-minute mark, and you can see I'm defending. I wasn't saying anything crazy or outlandish or nothing. I just said pay attention.
Mhm.
It's crazy. It's crazy. All these lies and manipulation that are involved in this case.
Yeah.
It's time to be done with it, man. There's so much other stuff. I mean, we're going to be. I mean, I'm afraid we're getting close to WW3, man. You think that we? Come on now. Let's cut the bullshit. Let's cut the lies. Let's cut the manipulation. Instead of us having to dig up and see if you're being honest and all this other stuff, when we got to pay attention to our own shit out here, regardless of what people want to make up and manipulate and lie about, not take accountability. Just stop it all. You know what I'm saying? Let's there's so much information to get through. Just like today, we're going to be getting through the Pullman police posse, the people that when we were doing our last video, I said it's like they were circling. It was like there were wolves with badges and foaming mouths that
I
were
saw that.
surrounding her, Rosie. Isn't that it's a horrible picture to think of.
I know, and I think, I mean, that was the importance of actually getting the context. What they had in the copied body cam, I mean, honestly, didn't actually give us the context that we needed. So take all the credit you want, but it was the new one that actually helped us understand what was going on in there.
Yeah, when I did that audio boost, we exposed the police corruption on the first day. When if you go, you can see the thumbnail where it shows right there with the closed captioning. I think that was the 4 times boost we were using for that show. I might put out the 8 times boost later on. We'll see. I just don't want people to hurt themselves because it's really loud. But the loudness brings the words out of the closed captioning. The closed captioning starts to highlight the things that are being said with that boosted audio, and so it does have value. I'm just afraid that people are going to hurt themselves with the volume. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
There's been a lot of leading horses to water and a lot of horses not drinking it lately. You know what I'm saying? I'm afraid.
There's dehydrated horses everywhere.
I'm afraid. It's like you can lead them there, you just can't make them drink it. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You can help people out. You can say, "Hey, there's a wolf amongst the sheep." I don't see it. Okay. Sorry, I got better vision than you do. I'm sorry. Sorry, I process shit quicker. My bad. Hey, I'm just trying to help. But that's what I feel like. Like when we got that boosted audio, we already saw I'm harassing you. The officer was literally, and this is why I have to say shout out to DT's show, because we don't agree. You know what I'm saying? You can even go to my shows from a couple years ago. There's shows out there, or even on my platform, where we've had shows together, and we don't necessarily agree and haven't. But at the same time, I got to give props to him because after we did the audio boost and we came out with the video highlighting and uncovering the corruption, where you literally, it's 100% confirmation with that 4-time audio boost. He was telling her that he was harassing her. It's no wonder why we could, because when we first heard it, we're like, why is she saying, you're doing this to me? And he's like, I'm not doing it to you. We're like, what the, what? Did that audio boost. All of a sudden, you heard all that whisper conversation that was going on. It's like, holy shit. They are harassing her. We uncovered that. Then DT show did a video a night after, and he was talking about that officer and how that officer was admitting that that wasn't right, admitting that that officer needed to be retrained, admitting a lot of stuff. And I was like, look, it's got to be hard for any ex-law enforcement. You know, it's why I say when ex-law enforcement are on this platform and they're so pro-burgerish, it's because they don't want to. We come from a different lens. Like, we don't have any investment in law enforcement not being honest or being honest, either way, right? There's a little bit of a bias. Because they don't want to believe that their brethren would do something like that without like overwhelming proof, right? And like, no fault of their own. You know what I'm saying? You got to stick up for your brothers or whatever. But when he came out and he was like saying that stuff, that's why I have to say shout out, because it had to be hard. It had to be hard for him to admit that, you know, being ex-law enforcement. And it's true. And so when we did the next show, and I had even more boosted audio, that's when we started going in to the other parts, and we still have more to do, but that's when we saw that they knew that she, based off the previous DUI stop, they knew that she was going to fail the field sobriety. Okay. They knew based off of the last DUI stop that her blood was probably going to have nothing in it too, and she was probably going to blow a 0.0, and that they were going to be in the same position that they were in last time. Now, to have the blood sample to come back for substances in your bloodstream take more than 9 months where you haven't even got it back, that's a bunch of BS too. Okay. And I feel that there's a reason that blood test hadn't came back. I have a feeling if Molly had a lawyer and she was able to take that lawyer and challenge the officers, I bet they would miraculously find the sample, or miraculously say, oh gosh, we misplaced it, and the truth would come out. But I think the reason that the truth hasn't come out is because there's not any pressure on them to have to offer that sample, or a reasonable excuse as to why it is taking over 9 months and still ain't got it back yet. So when it comes to this other it was a registration, but they were already accusing her. She first started off saying she took a hydro recently, but not that day. They kind of twisted her words around, and then basically were asking her questions for her to answer the question, but she still continued to deny using that substance. She admitted to using cough syrup. Okay. Now, when it comes to the previous, this is what I think happened. The first DUI was they said, "Oh, I can't do the field sobriety test because of all these other ailments." And they said, "Okay, Molly, well, how about you blow a breathalyzer here?" Okay. She blows a breathalyzer while being at the traffic stop still, and all of a sudden blows a 00. That's why they took her down to get a blood sample at the station. So I really feel like the breathalyzer was done at the traffic stop, and they were hoping that the blood test was going to justify what they were charging her for. Now, because of uh, there not being enough to do that, it comes up again. Hey, you're doing it. No, I'm not. I did it recently. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. All the stuff that they supposedly saw in the back seat, the conversations going on in the back seat of the cruiser, uh, how she was gonna fail the field sobriety test again. She failed it, so then that gave them a reason to take her back and then do everything that they were doing. And the breathalyzer, did she test positive on the breathalyzer at the station? I didn't hear she did. So it's almost like, shoot, we messed up the first time. We don't want to admit that we messed up the first time. So then when it comes the second time, we're really going to get her now, because they were even accusing her of slanging. We know you're slanging. They were accusing her of slanging. They were really trying to find her with something so that they could look like they weren't in the wrong the first time. Learn from your mistakes. Because see how this action and these reactions go? They want to cover up the first one, so they're trying to use the second one to cover up the first one and justify the second one. And watch. Where did it show? Where did it show? Where did it show that there was anything that was wrong? So when it comes to these officers and you hear the conversation that was taking place in the back of the cruiser, that's why we're going to talk about those officers today. And this is going to be a part one. We're going to talk a little bit about it today. We're going to talk even more about it on the part two. Now, unfortunately, there was some things that needed addressed this morning in the show. We got through them, but when it comes to the main topic, there is some documents too that came out. I don't know if you want to go through those or not. It's up to you if you want to or not. But when it comes to these officers, there's already some questionable things. I guess, is that a good way to put it, Rosie?
I think so. I think the start thereof, like we have very little so far, but I mean, there's definitely some things that I don't think look quite right, or they could point to something. Let's say that.
Yeah, and I'm sure as we kind of discuss this stuff, I'm sure you guys are gonna light up the emails like usual, and you're gonna, there's thank you guys for your comments. I apologize. Some of the videos, it took me like 2 days to get back to you, but I do apologize. But thank you for the comments too, because it is a community thing. It's a community thing when it comes to this, and so I want to say thank you to. Oh my gosh, I never turned on the damn comments. Speaking of comments, never turned on the damn comments. And I'm sorry that they were saying that stuff about you, Cuff. It's there. Listen, there's some unstable people out there. We already discussed some of them in the beginning of the show. Again, until you'd have one. You'd have one. Let me see. Because, yeah.
I have to apologize for being sick. I know my voice is a bit weak, and I've been coughing a lot.
I know it's late there too. What time is it for you? I know this is a late show for you today. What time?
It's okay. It's only about 9:30 p.m.
9:30. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me see here. I want to make sure I hit everything. Also, I'm going to be bringing up. I know I told you guys. Trust me, we still have more whisper diving. Still got more whisper dive. I mean, there's plenty more whisper diving to come. What else was I going to say? Because we're going to continue to do that. I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight. I know I was talking a lot about the December 7th and the Linda Lane stuff when I first started doing the audio boost. I was like, man, I want to see if this lady's car is on Linda Lane. I want to scan that footage just from 3:30 to 4:30. I wanted to talk a little bit about the December 7th stuff too. The time when they mentioned about the DoorDash driver, and then at the same time when they put out a bolo for the Hyundai Elantra. Okay, because remember the first couple weeks, shout out Mishy Girl, she gave us that article a couple years ago, about the New York Times article. I think it was January of 2023, maybe February of 2023, when Mishy Girl sent me that article about the Nissan Sentra from the New York Times, about it being the Nissan Sentra in the first couple weeks. And so I kind of wanted to look at that too, because there's been a lot of people asking me about maybe she did, maybe the DoorDasher really did see her, CJ, because they were just, look up the difference, look up this December 7th stuff. And I'm like, I mean, okay, we can get to it when we get to it. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to check it out, and I figure maybe we could check it out after we talk about these officers for a little bit before we end the part one, and we'll really slam it in there on the part two. Because I do want to bring that up too, because I don't know. Whenever we are watching the body cam stuff, even from the first time that I watched it, I don't know. What did you think, Rosie, from the first time that I watched it? Because we got it. It was sent to our team, within the team, like right off the bat. And when I watched it, I didn't even really consider covering it for a couple days, because I was like, I remember telling you guys right off the bat, I was like, it's somebody that's cracked the F out and she's not credible. And somebody that's making a witness statement, blowing it out of proportion to become important and to get leniency and not take accountability. I don't want to take accountability. I'm going to blow something out of proportion to try and get out of it. I mean, it's as old as day, the tactic, What did you think when you first saw it? Did you, besides the crack the F out, did you think that it reminded me of like a jailhouse snitch that would make a bunch of shit up just to get leniency on something, and 5 years later you find out it's a lie?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I have to admit that I also thought that. And I'm still not 100% completely sure what I think of her, even with, the developments and stuff. But when I first saw it, I mean, like you, I didn't take it very seriously in the beginning. And I think that, when the closer we look at it, there's definitely something going on there. In the beginning, I didn't think it was important, I have to say. I mean,
no, I mean, yeah, especially with the original audio, and you could only hear so much, because a lot of it, that's why I did the audio abuse, because a lot of it, I was like, I don't know what the hell they're saying. I don't know what they're saying, what they're not saying. I listened to it a gazillion times. I'm like, I still don't know. I still don't know. And I just let it be. And other people were discussing it or whatever. And then when people kept asking me, like, what exactly, because there was so much speculation after those 2 days, right? Even mainstream media was reporting some of the speculation, even Brian Etten about how she parked next to him. Well, how could she park next to him if he was supposedly parked up here? DoorDashers don't usually, which is true. We broke all that down too, what DoorDashers would do or do when it comes to delivering, and why. Okay, because there's money and analytics behind it. So there's reasons why they wouldn't park over there, a lot of them. And so It was like, I don't know what she's saying. And so, yeah, when you do that audio boost and then you're listening to it again, that's when it's like, holy shit, this is a whole another layer that didn't even know was there. And that's when you started to see, like, okay, maybe she is cracked the F out. Maybe she's done the crack the F out substances so long that her body gives the impression as crack the F out, because I've seen a lot of people that are just so far gone because they went way too far with, let's be honest. I mean, I've been around a lot, you guys. I have a lot of friends that are unfortunately like that, where they get to a point where they've done it for so long and they don't even do it anymore, and their body, it gives the impression, you know what I'm saying? Because it's their body, it's muscle memory in a way, right? Your body is so used to doing this, whatever the characteristics of that substance introduced to your bloodstream do.
Yeah.
It will, like with those hard substances, it will make your body do that after a long time. And she is old enough where she could have been doing that stuff for that long, where it literally could give the impression that she has cracked the F out, right?
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not making excuses for anybody who uses substances or anything like that, but I do understand the pain of rheumatoid arthritis sometimes, and I gather she has more conditions than that. And I think a lot of things are overprescribed, which can cause a kind of, it causes you to look for other substances when you can't access that and stuff like that. So I think that I do still get the impression that there's something going on there. I agree that it's suspicious that the blood results didn't come back for 9 months, but I wonder if there is still some kind of usage. But at the same time, I do have a very different opinion of her now.
Well,
yeah.
There's this too, and I'm going to be honest about this as well. There's a lot of people that I know that are in that situation that never got diagnosed. They self-diagnose because they lied to their mind and why they need the substances in the first place.
Yeah,
it happens. Now, I don't listen. That's a medical record. None of us know, but I can tell you there are people. Yes, there are people that have those conditions. There are also people that live that kind of life that self-diagnose, and they're self-diagnosing the wrong thing. It's like, no, you're introducing those substances to your body in the first place, and the cause of what's happening, what makes you think that you have this or that, is actually attributed to the substance use already. And so I think they even mentioned that in the body cam, like, is that prescribed? Is that I think they even ask her about, I don't know, I'd have to listen to it again for sure, but I thought they made some kind of mention about.
Yeah, they do. So what bothered me about that, like particularly, was that she said she had a prescription, but then when asked if she was seeing a doctor, she said not at the moment. So I would like to know where the prescription came from.
Right.
If you're not seeing a doctor. And that was one of the things that left little doubt in my mind when it came to her, because she did definitely say that her doctor retired, but she has these meds on prescription. So that doesn't add up to.
Yeah. Well, and she kept mentioning 2003 as well, whatever took place, because her husband wasn't unalived until 2013. Something happened in 2003 that she kept referring to, and I can't. I still have to go through the boosted audio. Thank you, Kid Kitty. Also, the contribution call out also for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. so much for that. I appreciate that very much. Um, Shoot, what was I got so much stuff in my head. But when it comes to the doctor stuff, um, maybe she was diagnosed with that stuff, but something happened in 2003. And there was a lot of doctors that did retire during a certain period of time, because they were pushing pills, and a lot of doctors were getting in trouble. Licenses were getting suspended. The government basically, it was a drastic drop off. It went from doctors just tossing prescriptions left and right to all of a sudden, boom, nobody's giving out nothing. You're just getting aspirin. And a lot of doctors at that point, because they were making a lot of money, a lot of these doctors were getting kickbacks. Even not only were they were making money, yeah, they were not only making money from the office visits and the tests and all these other things that they could attribute, then they also got to prescribe the medication, made the patients still continue to, you still have to show up, blah, blah, blah. That's more money, more money, more money. And they were also getting kickbacks from these drug companies, specifically the pain medication. And they were getting a lot of kickbacks. Here, give out our drug instead of theirs. These doctors are getting direct kickbacks even. That's why they were pushing it out so much. And so, yeah, there's a lot of doctors that retired around a few year period there, before the 2020s turned. And who knows? It sounds to me like that that could have been a situation, since 2003, something happens, you keep having issues, you can see what the substances have done to the effects of the body and the movements, the characteristics. And so it would just make sense. But regardless, what we do know is that she didn't test positive for anything so far, whether it was the first DUI or the second DUI. What we do know is kind of like what I brought out a minute ago. To me, it seems like they were trying to push extra hard on this one. That's why they were mentioning stuff. Hey, what's this meth in the back seat? What? Trying to push it. The guy in the car. I know you're slanging, Molly. They were trying to push it. I felt like they needed to use that traffic stop and accusing her of DUI and making her do all that stuff to justify the first one, and that's why the blood sample hasn't came back yet. Now, when we're talking about these cops, I've said from the beginning, since I was out there in my first year, when the first year anniversary, when I went out there for my trip and I experienced Pullman and Moscow myself, and I said, holy shit. Because it's one thing to look at it from Google. But when you got to drive 2 frickin' hours to get to Pullman and Moscow every day because there's no lodging in Pullman and Moscow, and you see what don't exist all up around Pullman and Moscow as I'm driving the routes and I'm going the PCA route down south, and I'm going to all these locations and exploring all up and around Pullman and Moscow, I realized, holy shit, these are 2 little teeny ass towns in the middle of a bunch of mountains, is what they are. And so when you look at Moscow, and we talk about how Moscow, it's obvious that they're corrupt. We've discussed the corruption from the beginning. Now, as we've learned and over time, we've seen, as shout out Caddy, when we first started watching the city council meetings, Caddy was like, hey guys, this was like two and a half years ago. Caddy was like, hey guys, look at the city council meeting. It has to do with the development of 1122 when they changed it from the garage to the current layout. And it was like, whoa, hold on, we get to go back in time and watch this. We started to go back. I think actually, Caddy, wasn't it the same? I think it was when I was out in Moscow, wasn't it? Maybe it was then, because that's when we started to uncover the connections between the frats and the University of Idaho. Way back then, when I was there, because of the conversations that I was having with the students, I was all geared up with the university stuff, had my hat on backwards, had the backpack on me, and you know how people come up and talk to me already when I'm out there on location. And that's when I'm wearing my media stuff. I was looking like another student. People are like, hey, what's up, dude? We're just talking, rapping, figuring it out. Hey, what's all this crazy shit that goes on here? I'm not from here. I need to learn all this stuff. And people were spilling their guts. Then I started to go, damn, there's a lot of shit going on with these frats and sororities in the university. So then when we started to dig into the city council meetings, shout out Caddy, that's when we saw how jealous Moscow was of Pullman. Then all of a sudden that opened up another can of chips, Pringles. Then all of a sudden we're like, hold on a minute. They're so jealous of all of these different things about how Pullman does this and how Pullman is great at this. And I wish we could do this like Pullman. And I'm going, wait a minute. Pullman's the big brother and Moscow's the little brother, isn't it? That's what it is. They're jealous of the success and how the big brother does it. They aspire to be like the big brother. They just can't ever get there. They can't be as good as their big brother. They just can't be as good. They try and they try and they try, and they're so jealous and they're so jealous. They just can't. And so a couple months ago, when I was sitting back thinking about when was the first time that BK really had attention. Oh yeah, that was when Pullman contacted Moscow. Wait a minute. So we've all thought that Moscow was the corrupt LE this whole time, and we never even thought about Pullman. Now this is a couple months ago. It didn't even really get much attention. Never really even much thought. But to me, it was like, I don't know, maybe I asked that question, what if Pullman PD was actually the ones that were creating the BK narrative first? And I brought up the point, well, remember, he was trying to apply, he was trying to work, he was trying to do the forensics, the digital and all this stuff. And who's to say that he didn't go in there and knock the ball out of the park in the interview? Who's to say he didn't say, look, this is to show you how dedicated I am to my craft. This is the interview. This is to show you how dedicated I am to my craft. This is to show you how dedicated I am for the right thing to happen. There's 2 officers that are in your department, sir, that are doing some shady stuff, and this is the stuff that I've already collected already. I want to show you how dedicated I am. Now, when it comes to the people that are like, you need to change your damn license plate when you move here, it don't matter if you got it, you do it now, because that's the quickest way people start to hate you, because you're not from there. So then you mix that together, and I'm going, wait a minute, maybe he went in there, exposed some shit about some of those officers, because it ain't going to be too hard shit. We just boosted audio and we exposed the harassment that they were doing to Molly. And then all of a sudden you mix that with that whole thinking of, you don't come in our area and tell us how to do what we do. We've been doing it for generations. We don't need some outsider coming in with some new ideas, trying to do some radical shit going on here. No, we don't need that. And then we also don't need somebody that's going to tell on our brothers. We don't need somebody that's going to rat Jimmy and Bobby out, because damn, if they're going to if BK's going to rat Jimmy and Bobby out, then he might rat out me too.
Yeah.
Right? oh shit, we need to pin this on this guy. So then all of a sudden you got Pullman. Hey, Moscow, baby brother. Moscow, baby brother. Yeah. Hey, it's not the car. It's not the year you're looking for, bro. But guess what? It's a white Hyundai Elantra. And you know what? Secretly, yeah, this guy's been a pain in our fucking ass ever since he came here. Yeah, his name's
I
Brian.
can see that happening. Yeah.
Isn't it? And he's got bushy eyebrows, Moscow brother. Why don't you come on over here and take a look? So then when you see what's going on here with this witness, right? This witness right here is getting pressured, is getting harassed. This witness right here is being manipulated, is being what? Not targeted? She's being targeted too. So when you're looking at what was going on with this lady and you're going, wait a minute, this is, even though it's not the same situation as Brian Koberger, it feels like it could have been the same targeting tactic.
Right.
And so when it comes to that, could it have been Pullman PD that started the narrative when it comes to the whole BK thing in the first place? I have to wonder now after seeing this.
I think that it's very viable. I mean, especially after seeing this, but I mean, everything that you just described, it does kind of make sense. That is essentially what drew attention to him, isn't it? And we all forgot that.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
yes. No. I mean, I was just saying, like, if you think about it, it almost makes a little bit more sense than the alternative. Because they already knew about him. They already knew who he was, and they were already irritated with him, especially with, I mean, we get the impression that they didn't like being called rural or whatever he said. That probably really annoyed them.
Well, and he's not from Montana. He's from Pennsylvania. He's a Yankee to him.
I don't know what that is, but yeah.
So it basically West Coasters against East Coasters. You know,
Okay.
he's a East Coaster. He's from Pennsylvania. He's by New York. He's by the East Coast. They call them Yankees. That's what they refer to him as. And this is the link if you want to check it out. Just click on it. You can get it into your history, your play history, and then just come on back if you want. And after the show's done, then go back to your play history and then check that out. It's like a 20-some minute video, but I kind of like, I don't know. It made me wonder, like, maybe because when you see what's taking place with this lady right here, right? You see what's taking place. It's like, man, you feel. It's like I brought up the wolves with badges, foaming mouths, like circling her, and I'm wondering, maybe they're the ones that did that. Yeah, Busby, hold on a second. I just saw this. Busby says, hold on, let me quote him exactly. He says, CJ is my friend. Okay. So when it comes to this, if you're a friend of BK, you would have a photo, right? So Busby says, CJ is my friend and I have a photo. So let me show you what he sent me. Is it gonna, hold on. Oh, I have it in a Chrome tab. 1 second. So he says, CJ is my friend and I have a photo. And yes, you do, buddy.
Oh,
Well,
you do.
That zoomed in too much. That's when I was out there doing some work for Riley Strain's family. I went out there. I was searching for him when he was missing. That's actually what. That's when the community was like, "You need to go search for Sebastian Rogers next," and I was like, "Who's that?" You know. And so I went ahead and we started searching for Sebastian, and man, we still haven't stopped. Our searches have kind of winded down, but we did a lot last year, and we got some more things coming up for Sebastian this year. different searches and stuff. It's just we were, the danger out there, man. So sometimes you have to do it low key and see what you can do. But
It's a beautiful picture.
he has
Really
proof.
beautiful.
There you go, Busby. Yeah. Now, yeah, there you go. I have proof. That's what I'm saying. Like if you're friends, you would have a photo.
Mhm.
You would have a photo. So where is it? Where is it? Oh, thank you, Dynamite. Stop. Man, that was dude. That backpack was so much heavier back then. Woo! I downsized a little bit after a year of doing the searches with all that in my backpack. But I had to, man. And plus the water. The water is what makes a lot of the weight. There's a lot of gear in there, and you gotta have, I gotta have rope, I gotta have bungee straps, I gotta have all sorts of stuff because I go climbing and fucking exploring, man. I go beyond what I do. Shit, people are so scared they'll leave my damn chat because they're like, I can't see this, I can't watch this. So I need all that gear in the back. I need that stuff because if I need to rappel or, which I did over there, I did some of that as well. Did a little bit of rappelling, a little bit of rappelling and stuff. Went down the homeless encampments a little bit. Yeah, that's some old times. Thanks for the picture, bro. And I love the Bucky's hat still. Bucky's. All right, so let me see here. Let me get back to this. And yes, Busby's got proof. Thank you, Busby. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the officers, and then we'll really dig into them. Part 2, because I know it's getting late over there for you as well. Let me go ahead and pull those up. Go ahead. I didn't mean to stop you.
Oh, no, sorry. I distracted myself already by looking at chat. No, what I was going to say was that we will definitely get more on the officers. I think it's just a good start.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and... Oh, we're small again. StreamYard always does this. Hold on.
Yeah, I know.
Let me... Here, we'll just do this for right now. All right, there we go. Okay, so we got some photos here. Let me kind of cycle through them. So this is one of them. Here's a close-up look at them. You guys can take whatever you want. The Bucky's hat is faded away. Baby Angel. I didn't get Baby Angel. That photo was taken... What was that taken, bro?
That's like April last year.
Yeah, April of last year. We rescued Baby Angel in August.
Yeah.
We rescued Baby Angel in August. So that was quite a ways. That was when I was still starting to look for a camper so I could just travel from location to location and not even...
You wanted a dog. Baby Angel.
Yeah, I was gonna try and get a puppy. I think I was gonna... I can't remember. I think I was gonna get a rot. It was either a rot or a shepherd. But there's that one. April... Oh, damn, look at that. April 6th. Thank you, bro. I think. Yeah, it was... Wait, no, I think it was after that, dude, wasn't it? I think it was the week after. It might have been the middle. Yeah, double check on it. I want to know because I'm thinking it was like April 11th or 12th. That's what my brain's telling me. Let me know if I'm right. I'm curious because sometimes the files are a little corrupted. And then we got this other guy right here. You see, you got the Whitman County Sheriff's Office. We are happy to have Deputy Alcantar back on the road. He is the $60 million man.
Mm-hmm.
That's expensive.
He's He's an expensive man. Yeah, his first name is Corey.
All right. Now, the first guy you saw is this guy right here. So this is a younger photo. What didn't you say? Didn't you say something in the team chat when you uploaded this photo?
I
Or
don't
was
know.
Oh, baby turtle head or something?
Oh no. This is not even Turtlehead.
Oh, yeah, I
It's not-
know. Maybe it was this one right here. It was
No. It was. I found a picture of him when he was younger because there was an article on like his life, and I think he's. Where is he from? I think he's from LA. And then he had like a background in sports. So that picture, I wrote baby turtlehead because he was a teenager in that picture.
Right.
This one, he
Oh,
was, but
oh, it was a different one. I don't think I
Yeah.
have that one then. That must have just been in. Yeah, this
okay.
is the guy that said, "What's that meth doing in the back seat?"
Yes,
Yeah,
that is the one.
turtle head. All right, and then there's the photo of him at the traffic stop there. Now we have this lady right here. So this lady right here is the lady of the body cam that you see.
Yes, and I have no idea how to pronounce her first name, so I'm scared to try.
Dude, you know what? Oh my God, this is creepy. She's got the same face as somebody that commented, not in a live chat. Dude, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Because I think I know where that's at. Give me 1 second.
Okay, all right.
Holy fuck. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. It's only gonna take me a second. I
Okay,
think I know.
so her name, I'm gonna write it in chat. Her first name.
Okay.
I don't want to say it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I've never seen this name before.
No, you're fine because I'm gonna do the side by side of this person that made a comment, and I'm gonna put her photo next to it, and I'll let you guys decide. Because hold on, give me 1 second.
Okay. And then people in chat can tell me how to say this. I think it's like Briona, maybe? Briona. Oh.
I wish I would have zoomed in closer on this before the show, and then I would have did this already. Because
It's okay. No. We keep
Okay.
chatting.
Okay, hold on.
So she has two last names. Briona. I've never seen that name before. Thank you, Copy.
Yeah, sorry for this, you guys. Normally I don't do this, but
No, that's fine. She is special.
it holy fuck, I'm seeing it right now. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, hold on. Just wait until I show you. This is no shit.
Okay.
No lie. This is no lie. Oh my God. This is crazy. Is she in the comment section of Idaho 4 groups or channels? Hold on. This is fucking nuts.
Yeah, so two last names while you're looking for her. It could be Carpenter or Banks. If she's using that name. I have to say, I don't know if Chad agrees, but I didn't like when I listened to her voice on the body cam, I didn't expect her. Like, I feel like she doesn't look like her voice. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know. But I don't know. I felt like she didn't look like the way she sounded.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
Dude. This is fucking crazy. Okay, let me show you this picture, you guys.
Okay. We are
This
ready.
is fucking nuts, dude. I want you to vote. Put 1 in chat if you think it's the same person. Put 2 in chat if you don't.
I have some more pictures of her that I didn't send.
This is
Do you want them?
Hold on 1 second. Where to go? Right here. Come on, open. Open. Tell me. What? Put 1 in chat. This is fucking nuts. Put 1 in chat if you think this is the same person. Put 2 in chat if you don't. Tell me. Tell me. The hair's different, but it can be dyed.
Yeah, the eyebrows can also be redrawn.
Look at that. Look at the eyes. Look at the nose. Look at the mouth. Look at the jaw. Look at the cheeks. Look at the ears. Look at it all. 3.
What is 3?
Dude. Look at those eyes. They're the same fucking eyes too. The nose.
The mouth is in the chin. Hold
She-
on,
well,
let me just-
she's cracking a smirk in this one. This one's just serious. You know what I'm saying? So you crack a smirk, your lips become wider with the crack of the smirk.
Hold on, let me get some other pictures of her.
Yeah. I don't know.
What is the name on? Oh no, don't.
Oh, I'm not gonna put that.
No, sorry.
I'll share the whole picture with you.
Let me see if I can just find.
Here, I'll put it in. I'll DM you the whole photo.
People do see it. Oh, except Busby. I'm not sure.
Here you go. There's the whole photo.
Excuse me.
I don't know. I just seen this face close up and I'm like, oh my God, I just seen this face earlier.
I cannot decide.
Caddy 1.5. People dye their hair. You never know. All right, so this is her, and then there's another photo. I like your little font that you use.
Thank you.
I like that font that you use.
I'll send you the name. It's my favorite as well.
No, I don't want to copy it. I have my own font. I just wish it was cleaner like that is, but no, that's your thing. I'm not.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You rock it. You rock that font, Rosie.
Yeah, and there's Molly.
Let me see here. All right, so then she's holding an award right there.
Yeah, because I was struggling. Okay, so the description of Officer Axon's video only mentions one name, he doesn't mention, obviously he doesn't mention Molly, he doesn't mention any of the other officers, but he says Patrol Officer Breonna Carpenter, who I didn't find a lot on. So I did a Google reverse of one of the images of her that I found on Facebook, because they don't use captions on their Facebook, which is so annoying. And it took me to a name of Breonna Banks. So I don't know if she changed her name, if she got married, because she mentioned something about having a baby. So I thought maybe she had just come back from maternity leave, or I have no idea. But there's definitely two names for her, from what I can tell. If she is the same person, because that's another thing. Like, you guys need to look at that's a picture I found just on Google. But there's others from Facebook and stuff. I think it's her. But
yeah, Breonna Banks, Washington State. And then you got Pullman Police right there.
Mm.
And yeah, she did mention breastfeeding
Right.
her baby. And then that's from the other body cam. Shout out Christy, Nevada. Not only for doing the FOIA, but also including all of the stuff in the FOIA too. There's different angles. This is one of those other body cameras that came into it.
I think this was in Officer Axon's as well, because I took these before. But
I don't remember seeing it in Officer Axon's. Maybe. I don't remember.
I think that it is, but regardless, there were still a lot more angles in the new one, so that still applies. But I think I got this before, but I'll double check.
Because his doesn't have the car ride either. You know?
Yeah, this was just briefly, but
ain't that a bitch when you try and copy somebody else's shit? And
they didn't put it in like the most important.
Yeah, they didn't include the whole thing, so your copy job actually backfired on you because it wasn't the whole FOIA in the first.
Take shortcuts, people. Don't do it.
Oh shit, it's funny. Okay, but yeah, this is and then right there,
it does say Banks, I think.
I don't know what it's. That don't say. I don't know how that. How do you get Banks out of that? I mean, I can see an A. That's about it.
I've seen other pictures where it does say Banks. Maybe she borrowed someone's shirt. I don't know.
What is that? Because the clarity. I mean, look, you can. Oh, it is kind of. Oh yeah, look. It's got some kind of filter on it.
Oh.
Yeah. What's up, Aaliyah?
Okay.
Yeah, it's got some kind of filter on it. You can see how you can't even read this shit. Yeah, it's some kind of like cartoon effect.
Yeah, it does look a little weird.
Maybe it was done on purpose. I don't know, because she does kind of look a lot different in this photo.
Yeah.
And in that photo compared to that one. That one, she looks like Tinkerbell.
So that's
Don't
the thing. Like, with her, there was stuff I wasn't sure. Like, when I found all of these photos, I have to say, like, when I was going through Whitman County Sheriff Department, their Facebook had captions, and they said who's in every photo. They didn't. They were just like, here's a photo. So it was difficult. It was really difficult to get her name.
Yeah, she looks like Tinkerbell in that one. And that guy, he's obviously younger in that picture too.
Mm-hmm.
And damn.
And that's Michael Jordan.
Look at that
From
bag.
what I understand, he used to be a mechanic. I think he joined the police later in life.
Mr. Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, he looks sick in that picture. Looks like.
Yeah.
How old is that one? That has to be, looking at that phone, that's got to be like in the 90s, early 2000s.
I couldn't access this article because I'm not a subscriber. So
Looking at that phone and then that cord. That looks like a 90s, early 2000s phone. Before they started getting more sleek and futuristic. And so these guys right here now, especially this guy, I mean, this guy seems like he's kind of like the guy that is overseeing everything that takes place at that traffic stop there.
Well, I think he is more senior. I think
Yeah.
he's a sergeant. Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of overseeing all of it. And you see a lot of his facial expressions now, especially in that body cam. He gives that facial expression a lot like there's something to worry about. He's always got that. And with this one, I don't know if it's just the way his eyes look, and that's just a normal look, but you look at, you know, any of the times he's on that body cam, he's got the, you know, like the raised
He looks suspicious all the time.
kind of like when somebody would not understand something or shock, you know, concern. Their eyes will open up quite a bit. And I don't know, I just, whenever we were watching that, it looked like he had that look on his face, like he just making sure everything goes the right way, and, you know, just concerned for some reason.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to Mr. Jordan, now I know that there's I don't know if I want to. I still am kind of looking into this, but I heard there's also some connections with another BK, but I'm trying to well, that there's personal connections with the other
I
BK.
haven't heard that yet. I haven't heard that yet, but
Yeah.
I found him very difficult to get information on compared to the others. I really did. Yeah.
Now I'm seeing stuff and it looks like it is, but I'm still having to look some more. That's why I wanted to do a part 2 too, because I still have to look more into that. But just before I start reporting stuff, but yeah, there was some. That's just what I'm seeing. There was personal connections with the other BK, and with that one, that kind of situation's already a little suspicious as well. Now with this other guy, Corey, but we're gonna be digging. There's gonna be. I have a feeling there's a bunch of shit on this dude right here.
This one?
Yeah. Michael, I got a feeling there's a bunch of shit on this dude, and it's just taking a little extra to try and get that because of the personal connections of what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah, I must say he's been difficult. Very. But there's not a lot.
We'll find it. There's already a lot of stuff that is questionable or not available after all this time when it comes to that personal connection. And so I'm not surprised because they've tried to keep that other situation with the other BK under hush hush for a long time. And still to this day, even though there's some stuff that should be publicly available when it comes to that. But with this other guy, Corey, let me flip back to him. let me go to this. That looks like a more recent photo there. When it comes to this guy, this is the turtle head that I was telling you guys about. This guy is going to have a messy, messy, messy shit pile all over the place. Well, just based off of his actions, that took place outside there, where he was like basically trying to force some kind of possession charge on Molly. Now this guy right here, this guy's the one that was, I'm harassing you. This guy right here.
Yes, this is him.
That's why. So you can understand why some things are a little bit extra to dig into, is because you already know what this guy's about. You already know. Just like when you see in the beginning of the body cam, he's got that worried look on his face. You can see it. He's standing over there to the right. Corey comes around to the right. They're talking for a minute. He keeps, and he's you can see him looking at the damn body cam of hers. You can see him looking at it, just glancing over a couple times. He's got that worried look on his face. Corey comes back around. He goes back to his cruiser that's in the back. And then he's sitting back there until she brings Molly to the cruiser. Then he wants to talk to Molly. Yeah, you can talk to her. Yeah, go ahead. Then she circles around the front of the vehicle. He hops in the vehicle and is talking to her. Well, he dips his head in, not necessarily sitting next to her. Dips his head in and he's talking to her. And that's when you hear all that whispering going on. So if you guys wanted to put a face to the whispers, it's this guy right here. This is the guy doing the whispering. And then, hold on. And then this is the guy that's trying to force the possession charge on Molly. Now, the girl, this is why, when, DT came out and came out and said, look, this guy right here, this is who he was talking about. The guy that needed training, needed retraining, the guy that was obviously doing some corrupt shit. Or no, he was talking about the other guy. I'm sorry. This guy right here, I think he actually put them together, honestly, because he was talking about this guy too, trying to force the possession on her. And then I think he got mixed up thinking that same guy got in the vehicle, because then he brought up the fact that he was admitting to harassing her too. So I think he got those mixed up, like they're the same person. But this guy right
here, because they look a little similar.
Well, he didn't even know about the other DUI from 9 months ago either. He was like, it happened sometime, but I'm not sure.
It was recent. So, yeah, because it's so weird that it's from 9 months ago and there's no results, that it didn't even occur to him. That I also watched that, and he was saying it must be recent because there's no results, but no, it's not.
No, 9 months. Yeah, 9 months. Yeah, and so, but yeah, this guy, can you imagine? So if he's doing that to Molly, right? Imagine how many people he's trying to do that to. Just like if you're willing to break the rules and cover up somebody else's watermark and pretend it's yours, this guy's breaking the rules too. Pretending that there's substances in the vehicle to try and get a possession charge. It makes me wonder, not only how many times have they done that with somebody else's content, but it also makes me wonder, how many times has this guy done that with somebody else?
I would
And
say
actually,
probably,
sorry.
sorry. No, I would say that he's probably quite experienced with it.
Rookie shit.
Yeah.
Rookie shit. That's what it is. Good. Hey, what's that meth laying on the seat? And then he's schooling Jimmy on how to be accountable.
Oh, yes.
Telling him how to be accountable. You know, this is what it looks like, man. He's even telling him like he was even accusing him of dealing. He was like, you must know what you're doing because you're giving me the right answers to not allow me to search your truck. So when they have to tow a vehicle,
Yeah.
you know what they have to do automatically? They have to take an inventory of what's in the vehicle, right? That's the free way to search if you don't have probable cause. Because you have to take an inventory if you're going to put a vehicle to the tow yard. They have to take an inventory of everything that's in the vehicle to make sure that everything that was in the vehicle when they got it, everything is in the vehicle when it's taken out of impound. That's the free way to search it. So when we're playing, when I'm sitting there and we're having game nights and I'm playing police simulator, patrol officers, and I pull somebody over and they don't have their registrations expired like Molly was, I'll usually give people a break. It's like, hey, at least you got insurance, right? At least you got insurance. I'm not going to tow your vehicle, make you pay a $300 ticket, and then who knows if something's missing. You got to find a ride home tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, do me a favor. Here's a ticket for the bad registration. Get your registration fixed on the tomorrow. You got insurance, right? So when it comes to this pulling them over, yes, if somebody pulled them over and the registration was bad, do they have cause to tow the vehicle? Yes, they do, because the registration's bad. But when it comes to her, this is what should have took place. They pulled her over. They know that they're still waiting on the blood test from prior. They know that it's been 9 months. They know that she blew a .0 last time they accused her of it. They know that there was nothing else that they could do. That's why it's still pending. There's nothing else they could do to prove that she was on. They're just waiting for the blood results to come back to prove if she was or wasn't. Okay? Yeah, I saw oh, okay, we'll check that out in a minute. I lost track now.
They know. Well, you
No,
were saying
I
that.
just sorry, my sleep has been all messed up for like 5 days. I'm just trying to get it back to normal. They know what didn't take place on that last stop. And this is almost it's like a cookie cutter copy of what was taking place this time. So you're going to tell me that they didn't have or couldn't have a breathalyzer that was out there in the field? They had to take her back to the station to give her a breathalyzer? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's they could have towed it, yes. They could have towed it, let her go. Jimmy could have picked her up, whatever. But they didn't. They made her do the field test, which she said she would fail. Probably already said in the first one that she would fail. She wasn't. She was willing to do a breathalyzer there. Yeah, that's the vehicle. That's the vehicle that we're going to be looking for, because that's what she was driving. Well, that's what she has listed as the vehicle for when she delivered the food, was that Subaru. And that's what I want to take a look for in Linda Lane. Yeah, I lost track of what I was saying.
Sorry.
Let me see here. No, it's not your fault. Anyway, let me see here.
But I mean, continuing from that point, I mean, I know that she had been pulled over by them before, but I wouldn't actually say that being pulled over twice by the same police officer is enough for her to use the word, or for anyone to use the word harassment. I feel like there might have actually been something else, or other interactions over and above those two, because I would think it's quite extreme to say harassment just for being pulled over twice. It must have been something else.
Hold on one second. So I wanted to bring this up to you guys because somebody sent me this stuff. Somebody sent me this stuff and asked me to check it out. And then I wanted to see what you guys thought too. So when it comes to Lawrence Mowry's affidavit, give me 1 second. Let me pull this up. So when it comes to her witnessing Brian, right? I don't know. The coincidence is there. I'll admit that. The coincidence is there. But I don't. The coincidence is there. When it comes to how would she, okay, this is what I have to. So she dropped off the DoorDash right around 4 a.m. Okay, just within minutes. If she showed up to deliver the DoorDash, right? She showed up to deliver the DoorDash. She delivered the DoorDash. She left. Okay. When it comes to the vehicle of Koberger, okay, when it comes to the vehicle of Koberger, when you look at all the times of when the car was coming and leaving and coming and leaving, right? When she shows up to deliver that order, it's kind of like when we were talking about what DoorDashers normally do when they show up to deliver food. The quicker they complete the delivery, the better completion rate, percentages, the analytics are better, which then in turn gives them more offers, then in turn gives them higher offers, then in turn gets them to a status where they get the better offers instead of the people that are under a certain percentage. Okay. So when people are door dashing, they're going to get there the quickest they can. They're going to deliver the food the quickest they can, and they're going to go to get back into the hot zone or get an offer pretty quick after that. They're not going to be sitting around, okay? Right. If they do, they're going to sit around in a hot zone. They're not going to sit around in 1122 because where's Where's the food for them to pick up at 11:22? That's why they're going to move right away, get back to a zone that's close, so then they can get the offer that's popping up at a restaurant or whatever food place that they're buying. And so when she's coming in to deliver the food, okay, and you're looking at these timestamps, and you're seeing all of the times that the car, okay, came through. So right here where it says 1112 King Road, these are all the blue ones right here, okay? So when she came to deliver the food, it only takes a couple minutes to get from the food establishment to deliver. Seriously, it takes 2 minutes. I was there for a freaking week driving nonstop. It don't take long at all to get anywhere in that damn town. So when you're looking at these timestamps, right? And she came in to deliver the food shortly within minutes of 4 o'clock. How would she know? Because she wasn't there to see. She wasn't there 20 minutes later to see when Brian supposedly was speeding out of the neighborhood at a high rate of speed. She wasn't there. When she showed up to deliver the food, how does she know what car was the killer's when she didn't? There's so many other cars there, right? So let me take you to my footage here. Okay, let's take you to my footage. Let's see if we could maybe try and see what maybe killer's car we come across. I mean, this is what I want to show you. I'll let you pick, Rosie. Do you want to have a video going to 11:22 in the daytime or the nighttime? What do you want?
Nighttime.
Nighttime?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to nighttime.
Yeah.
Let me see here. So C0029. Let me pull up. Let me see. C0029. So as we're driving up at night, there's going to be car lights on. There's people that are coming in and out. How am I? Oh yeah, that's the killer's car. Okay, so let's go back in time. Let's go back in time. Let's go back in time. Okay. So we're driving down Taylor Avenue. So keep in mind, if I'm going there to deliver, right? So say I'm the DoorDash. I'm going there to deliver. I turn in on King Road. I turn left to Queen. Now I'm driving through here. Now, if I'm a DoorDasher, guess what? There's 2 spots that I'm parking, because when it comes to where those cones are at, I'm going to park. See where there's a spot right there on the right that has a little bit of room for a car? I can park there. Guess what? It's not that far of a walk going up. You know what I'm probably going to do? I'm probably going to park in the driveway, because I need to be able to get to the door, to put the food down, to take a photo of it as quick as possible, because the quicker I do that, the quicker I can complete the order, the better numbers I get. This is why that person wouldn't park all the way up around the freaking road there, because that is a long walk to go to somebody's freaking door. They're not going to do it. That walk alone is going to take them 30 seconds to a minute, when if they pulled up and parked where the cop was parked up, it takes 10, 15 seconds. That amount of time makes a huge difference huge difference when it comes to delivering food for DoorDash and your completion rate. People ain't going out there to DoorDash for the shit offers. They're going out there to DoorDash to try and make money, not it costs them money. So mostly every DoorDasher is going to have that approach where they're going to try and get that completion as soon as possible. Because the quicker they get there, the quicker they pick up the food, the quicker they drive there, the quicker they drop it off, makes huge difference when it comes to the money.
Yeah, and also, excuse me, with this DoorDasher in particular, she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to do anything too physical. She's not going to park that far away because she can't even do the field sobriety test according to her. So she's definitely, like more than anyone else, is going to want to park that close if she's in pain, like she says as well.
That too. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, if she's in pain and you saw how she was walking when she was walking to the squad car, you saw how she was walking when she was walking around in the station. Good point. Great point, Rosie. You think she's going to take that extra walk on an elevated drive? You want to see, like, here, let me bring it to the daytime. Let me, so it's better, it's easier for people to see. You want to see, the slope and the kind of slope that she would be, hold on. So there's a crazy elevation when it comes to that side road. That's going to put a lot of stress on your bones if you do hurt like that.
Yeah. I mean, if she feels that she can't do the test and that's genuine, then she can't do that walk.
Look, you already got the slope going up here. You ain't even in the driveway yet.
Yeah.
So you're going to the drive. You ain't even in the driveway. It's already sloping up. That puts a lot of stress on your bones. You're not going to walk all the way around. You're going to take as minimal, quick route as possible because it makes a huge difference. So you got this slope going up. Look at how vehicles sloped up. Then you got this slope going up. Like when you get to this part of the road, see where this car's at? Here, let me back it up just a skosh. You'll see what I'm talking about. Look at that vehicle. Look at the top of that road is at the top of the third floor deck, you guys. So think about how high the third floor deck is from this spot right here. Think about how high that third floor deck is from this spot. I'll get a picture for you guys straight on so you can see it. And then when you go to this car over here, this will prove to you. All right. I missed it again. Hold on. 7. You can see the deck in the photo. Shoot. I'll take a screenshot if I have to. I see it. Let me see. Right. I can't tell if it's StreamYard's got the thing blocking it like a time bar at the bottom. If so, you might be able to. You see how here,
I mean, I can see where I know it should be, but it's not clear to see it.
Let me take a screenshot and I'll zoom it up.
Okay.
You can see like how high that is. She's not, it's like Brian Enton said. She ain't gonna park there. She's not. And then what you brought up too, she's not gonna add that stress to her body. So here, let me show you. And we'll get back to that December stuff in a second because all this has to do with that. Where to go? Oh, come on. There it is. Okay. All right. So see this right here?
Yeah.
I could only get it in a split second. I couldn't pause it good enough. And then so you see, here's the top of the rail. Here's the handrail. Okay. You see
Yeah.
the handrail goes down to here. Here's the floorboards for that third floor deck. Look. You see how high the top of that rail goes above this vehicle. That's how high this road is when you're coming up to it. The top of the rail goes above the vehicle. The floorboard goes right around here to the bottom of the tail light.
That is steep. Yeah.
So when we're going back here, you're going to tell me that she parked up here, walked down the frickin' road, down and around, and then went back up to go deliver the food. That's like a 2-minute walk. When you just, most Door Dashers pull in the frickin' driveway, DoorDash something, see what happens. Have it leave at door, okay? Have it leave at door, order through DoorDash, and watch them pull up in your fucking driveway.
Right.
Because they're not doing this stuff. They're not parking on the side of the road, coming around, and then especially with what you said, they're not going to do all that extra walking. That's going to take them way long to deliver the food if they're walking that much.
Yeah.
Way long. So when we come back to these time stamps, and we see 358, 404, you may have seen a car come in, but to say that was the killers, how do you know? And hell, when you're even looking at my footage at night, you can see somebody getting out of their vehicle. You can see stuff going on. You can see people in my night footage walking across the road. There's activity going on. So for you to sit there, because she didn't see him leave at a high rate of speed, okay? She might have seen him come in the area. I guarantee she wasn't there at 3:58 unless she delivered the food at 4:01. And then if she did deliver the food, then she would have been gone by the time he came back. That it's just minutes. When it takes you only 15, when it takes you pull up in the driveway, you get out, you walk up to the back door, you put the food on the stoop, you take a photo, and then you walk away and hit complete on your app. You get back in your car and you're gone. It's literally a couple minute process. So to say, yeah, I seen a car driving through the neighborhood, for officers to then switch to go from a Nissan Sentra to a Hyundai Elantra. Right after this, I don't necessarily see it happening. This is why I say it's coincidence. It's coincidence because on 12/6 they obtained a search warrant for DoorDash. On December 7th is when they put out for immediate release the 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra. Okay? Then the stock photo came with the sunroof that everybody loves. So yes, is it coincidental? Yes, the coincidence is there. It is there. Because yes, they obtained a search warrant for DoorDash on 12/6. The warrant was served on 12/6. Okay. And then on 12/7, I received an email from DoorDash which contained the requested information. Okay. Is it coincidental? Yes. But at the same time, I have to go back to what I originally thought. because when you're breaking all of this down, and listen, it's one thing if the DoorDash delivery took place at the same time dude was bolting out of the neighborhood. 100%. That's obvious. Yo, this guy was bolting out of the neighborhood right after I delivered the food. That's like that, no brainer. Then all of a sudden you put out a bolo. But for you, if you're thinking that, and this is where I'm coming from, if you think that it's a Nissan Sentra, I'm talking LE. Very beginning, Nissan Sentra, December 6th, it's still Nissan Sentra before December 7th when it turns into a Hyundai Elantra. December 6th, Nissan Sentra. DoorDash lady says, hey, yeah, I saw a Hyundai Elantra pull into the neighborhood. That's going to make an investigator go, hold on, guys. Stop the Sentra. We need to put a bolo out for a Hyundai Elantra. No, it's not. Is it coincidental? Yes. But at the same time, all of this other stuff, I don't see that being the information that gave law enforcement the reason to put out a bolo. I don't see how her witness statement, how it, like she knows what a Hyundai Elantra looks like in the dead of night. I mean, that'd be kind of hard. Maybe she knows somebody with the Hyundai Elantra. I don't know. But to sit there and say, yes, at 2011 to 2013, they don't come up with that information unless the person that witnessed it is telling them that information. Just like they don't switch it from a Nissan Sentra to a Hyundai Elantra. So basically, Molly would have had to come in and tell them, yes, I saw a white Hyundai Elantra with the year between 2011 to 2013 acting suspiciously in the neighborhood. That's still not going to make them put out a bolo and switch it from a Nissan Sentra to a Hyundai Elantra. The reason I think they switched it is because of the footage, not Molly's statement. Molly's statement, you're not going to have that, oh, he was acting all crazy and drove. You don't have that. If you look at the footage that was provided to us from Dateline, the dude at 4:04 pulled in normal. If you go to the video that Dateline gave us, they pulled in normal. So if you're trying to tell me that Molly then said, yeah, that car stuck out, that doesn't make law enforcement switch the bolo. They need way more than that, unless she was that descriptive and that for sure. That's the only time they switch what car they're looking for. So I don't think it was Molly that even, this is why I say when Molly's like, yeah, I got to testify. You know, I was there. I got to testify. And, you know, Brian, this says his name. The reason she says his name is because police told her. I bet you, and this is why I said from then, I bet you if you look at the first witness statement interview that they took from that DoorDasher, I guarantee it doesn't have anything about a Hyundai Elantra. I guarantee it doesn't have anything other than I just went to drop off the food and that's all I know. I guarantee that she's not even going to be admitting to seeing Brian or seeing the Hyundai Elantra until that information was supplied to her. Hey, did you see a white Hyundai Elantra, Molly? Yes. Yes, I did. That's the only time.
It would be the same thing as the eyebrows, wouldn't it? Came later. Right after they were drawing stuff already, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, does it look like this kind of mask? Yeah, that mask.
Oh, all right. We made a match, right?
Right.
The suggestive.
Exactly the same.
Yeah. Here, we're gonna draw a mask for you. Did it look like this? Yes, it did. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
They rarely if living in Pullman. Well, and this is the thing too. You guys remember all of the videos that people were putting out a couple years ago? People were interviewing. I think one of them interviewed a DoorDash driver from Pullman. A couple of them were interviewing the Jack in the Box that supposedly got the DoorDash order, and then even back then, you had one channel doing an interview with the Jack in the Box employees, and they were like, "Yeah, it was a girl for sure, 100%. We saw her." And then some other channel goes and interviews Jack in the Box, and they're like, "Yeah, it was a guy. Yeah, all three of us saw him. It was a guy." So there's so many different things out there.
I don't even think it's confirmed that it is Jack in the Box.
It's all suspicious, man. Like I said, the muck in Idaho 4's water is already mucky. It don't need no more in it. You know what I'm saying? But that's another thing too. But here's the thing, Mishy girl. There's gonna be 24-hour stuff. Okay. There's going to be 24-hour stuff. There's going to be gas stations that are open that late. And I guarantee you, I'm just going to be honest. I don't know. I know Busby said that Busby, did you say that you used to DoorDash by a college or something? I'm telling you right now, if you're by a college and you DoorDash, I bet you hang around the food establishments that are by that college because, hello.
Yeah.
Dude, there's got to be so many deliveries going to college housing and college dorms after the bars are closed because they don't, you're in a small town. Shit, it don't take much for you to get pulled over and you get a DUI and then all of a sudden shit's ruined. No, you're going to get a delivery. You're going to get a ride share to bring you home so you don't get charged with DUI. Then you're going to order food. You're going to order food and then you're going to have it DoorDash. I bet you. Okay, so you said yes in Tucson. Dude, was it not slammed around college after bars got out? I mean, it has to be. It has to be like that has to be like their busiest times. Seriously, besides when, in the dinner rush, which we're talking Pullman and Moscow. There can't be that many freaking people ordering DoorDash. Just being honest, it's not like it's a big city. But I can guarantee you, when it came to the bars letting out, and you got drunk students, and they want some grease in their belly, or they want some of this in their belly, it was bombing until 2 a.m. Yeah, I'm saying even after the bars close at 2, which would take it into 4. I bet you people are coming home. They're hanging out still. They want to get something in their belly before they go to bed. I could imagine it would be a time where, hell, that's probably why Eric didn't come back to the house and DM didn't order more food. Because I bet you Eric was busy. Hey, Eric, you out and about? Yeah. Obviously, they wanted food. They didn't go with Eric. They didn't ask Eric because Eric probably said, "Dude, I'm slammed right now."
Yeah, probably.
I'm slammed right now. I'm slammed. But he's a sketchy ass person anyway, and I think he's a liar all over the place too. But I see the coincidence. I understand where it's coming from about how she could have been a real witness, but I wanted to break that down and why she couldn't have witnessed what she witnessed and relayed that concrete of information that day, and then all of a sudden police switch their bolo. The police are going to require much more evidence than that, especially if they at first think it's a Nissan Sentra, because if they have a witness coming in and saying, yeah, I just saw a Hyundai Elantra with their lights on, that's not enough, especially if they're already thinking it's a Sentra. It would take something as concrete as having video evidence for them to change their bolo. So that's why I'm saying I do, this is why I feel that Molly, even, I felt it before, I still feel it now, that Molly never truly witnessed Brian, or you could tie her to witnessing until police introduced that idea to her, just like one of the besties that said, it's so scary that we were being stalked this whole time and we didn't even know. Well, that means law enforcement told you.
We didn't know until we got the script for the show.
Right. We didn't even know. We didn't even know we were being stalked, and we didn't even know it. Well, it's the same thing. Just like what you brought up with, the mask and stuff. We're going to suggest and introduce to get more.
You're freezing a little bit.
Are we?
Is it me?
I don't know.
It might be me.
My StreamYard's jumping up and down. At least my camera's not freezing as I'm doing screen shares and stuff, so that's promising. Well, that's like the last couple of days I wasn't doing a show because it was just bugging out like crazy and I couldn't even screen share anymore.
It does seem better now, but it might be me. There's that little low network thing up there.
Yeah, mine keeps going back and forth. But yeah, that's why I feel that she did not witness him until they actually suggested it. This came from the affidavit of Lawrence Mowry. And then that's where it says this stuff about the DoorDash. So trust me, it's the coincidence is crazy. You know what I'm saying? 12/6, they got a search warrant. 12/6, they served it by email. I doubt she's typing back. Yes, I saw a 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra. Here's a photo that I took of it when I delivered that food. And there you go. That's still not enough evidence for law enforcement to change to that from what they originally thought, because they originally thought that it was the Sentra based off of evidence. And so when you look at the 1112, that's going to make you think that it was a Nissan Sentra. I guarantee that was the first video, the first house that they went to, because that house has the frickin' T section right in its view. That's like number one house you want to go to make sure that nothing happens to that evidence before anything else. And so when you're looking at that, yes, I can see how you could come to that conclusion. Now, they had to wait for the FBI people to look at it even more. But for her to have that much information, for it to be concrete, rock solid, all right, boys, we're switching it from a Sentra to a Hyundai. Unless she had the video or photographic evidence and then showed how that car was actually linked to the person that was committing the crime and not a neighbor that was coming home, that evidence wouldn't exist at that point. Had to be something else.
Yeah. Is this a screenshot of the document or the document?
Yeah, it's a screenshot that I took because I put it in my folder with the other DoorDash stuff. I have a DoorDash stuff folder now with all that stuff in it.
Me too. But what I found really interesting about that document as well, I don't know if you noticed, did you see that they were requesting DoorDash records for the house, not for Xana? I don't know why that just stood out to me. I found that really weird. And then also they were requesting them for like so much time, not just the day of the crime. Like, I wonder what they were thinking about DoorDash that they, yeah, I just thought that was weird. Like they wanted it from like January or something.
Yeah. By the way, Cuff, he is not the one that summoned. Let me correct that too. Because he actually said it himself, he's not. So let me pull that up, and I'll share that with you guys. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let me pull this up. Okay, so, well, here, I'll show you guys. Let me correct this because he's not the guy. All right, so this was the comment that he left on my video. I referred to it earlier in the show. Okay. Yeah, he's not the guy. Oh my gosh. Okay. It just starts so much more speculation, man. All right, so this is what he wrote on my shit. Wow, I'm not Brian's friend from childhood. Goddamn, you people add extra to shit. Seriously, shaking my fucking head. I'm like, bro, when you said you've known that kid forever, yada yada. So that was my.
Yeah.
All right. This is and shout out to Jules because she did a video, and I was gonna go get the screenshot from the video, but she removed it because it's not true. Okay. Right here. No, Jules, I was not summoned for Brian's trial. So right here, it says that he was not. So maybe reach out to them and let them know so then they can remove that. Because yeah, he's not. Just like he hasn't produced a photo of him and BK together since ever since he left that shit. And I'm like, all right, well, it's already shady that you want to say YouTube deleted your shit to Harsh for attention, and then all of a sudden I go look up your shit because I have direct links to it because they're in my description, and it says removed by uploader, so you're already a bullshitter. So that's the same day that I said, all right, well, if you're a friend, then you'll have a photo because I'm tired of the bullshit. And then I also reached and I also said to any of the friends, because there's been so many fucking friends of BK that have come on this platform. When have they ever showed a photo? Now everybody's just kind of blindly followed and trusted, right? Everybody's just kind of followed and trusted that he was the friend, but it's like, okay, well, this friend came out too, and it sounds like bullshit. So I think any friend that claims to be a friend to BK, it's not too hard and it's not asking too much. It's show the photo.
Yeah. I think the only person who might be a friend of his is the Brandon, I can't remember his last name, who was in the Pennsylvania summons. I think that he might be a friend of his, but I don't think that there's anybody else, especially who's claiming to be his friend, who's that relevant.
Hold on, we gotta zoom into this shit. Hold on. But let me bring this back. Yes, he is not. That is not. Yeah, just I'm serious. Let anybody know because let anybody know because I could imagine oh my lord.
I know.
Oh my lord. So shout out to Jules. There's so much suspicious shit, man. Let me bring this back over here. So we can, let me see here. Blow this picture up. There we go. show this for a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's the kind of, and I'm not even holding a tripod. Like I have a tripod that has like 3 different cameras coming off of it and all sorts of, like, that's, yes, when I'm out there on location, this is no joke. When I'm out there on location and I'm doing my work, this is all the gear that I gotta carry with me, or carry, or any of that. Like, this is it's not just going out there walking and holding a little GoPro, or no, this shit is like, I got shit hanging off of this, shit hanging off of this. I'm going, I'm digging, I'm climbing, I'm doing all this shit. That's the kind of extent that I go to try and get all of that stuff for you guys. That was a cold day though, too. Remember, it was a cold day there.
I remember that day as well.
Yeah, so let anybody, like, seriously, the dude, no, it's not the same guy. I'm sure he's well, just the shit that gets, take a screenshot, man. Share it. Take a screenshot and share it. Dude was not summoned for Brian's trial. Because then, listen to this, though. Then that just, we're already trying to, where do you think we're doing these videos, right? We're already trying to cut the bullshit out of it, okay? We're already trying to, look at her face. We're already trying to cut the bullshit out of it, you know?
Yeah.
She even brought up the whole plagiarism shit too. Like, it's not, I know she's getting tired of it too. Because then you have all these, you get like all of this ridiculous amount of messages, and it's like, people, just use it. You know what I'm saying? Just like how many I still get messages about that the axon is not the officer's name, CJ. Like, are you fucking do you know how to make oatmeal? Do you know how to make oatmeal? Oh, fuck. It's fucking crazy. All right. Let me see. Is it and this is what, when it comes to this Pullman stuff, so we're going to do a part 2 soon. Going to be digging into some more stuff to share with you guys. This, take a look at this video. All right. It's like a 20-some minute video. After we're done, click on it, get it in your play history, go back to it after we're done. This, I did this a couple months ago. I really feel like after the shit that was going down with the body cam, and the way that they're doing that surround pressure, force, you know, like, just like with what you listen to the interview I had with James, you know, it's the same, it's all the same. They surround you with foaming mouths and force you, you know what I'm saying? And if you try and resist, then they even they get your family to turn against you. It's that wild. And so it makes me wonder. I don't know. I really feel like they were the ones that started this narrative, and I really feel like Koberger could have possibly supplied information about their own officers that made him become a target. They weren't going to have some outsider come finding out shit about what they're doing.
Yeah.
I really feel that way.
Sad.
I mean, it happens, you know? It does. It happens. That's why we talk about it, because the more that we bring questionable things out into the open, the more things do get questioned, the more untruths get found out, and the right thing, hopefully, takes place. Because if you don't even hold yourself accountable, you make the same mistakes over and over, but you make worse ones the same way. If you're not accountable, you're not getting better. In fact, you're actually getting worse, because when you don't recognize what you did wrong or what you're doing wrong, it means you're not going to recognize it the next time, and you probably won't even recognize it when you do it worse than you did before, because you're not thinking anything you did wrong. And just like with these officers, when you're not held, when any corruption across the country or anywhere on this planet, any corruption, when it's not being brought up, when it's not being discussed, when it's not being explored, people can get away with whatever they want. There's checks and balances. It's why you can't just do what you want. You know, you have to have votes, and there's all these different things that keep it in check so that there's not too much power, because when there is too much power, then there lies corruption. And they're used to people not speaking up. They're used to people, you know, being in that form, and don't color outside them lines. Make sure you stay inside.
Yeah, and I mean, if it's true about Brian Koberger having autism, it might also be that he didn't pick up on that the way that other people might have, like, sooner.
Well, people are already scared there. He didn't know no better. He didn't even change. He didn't even change his license plate. He probably had a hard time picking up on the personal cues that people give. Like, I don't want to hang out with you, you know, whatever. So he probably didn't even pick up on the cues where you're already being targeted. You know, let me find this video, because it was that one about the license plates. It's the 5 things. Let me see if I can find it real quick, because I wanted to play it for you guys, because I keep referring to it all the time. But it's freaking true. Here it is. Outsiders, change your plate. Hold on. That's my video. Maybe I should. I don't know where it's at. They took the dates away on the videos now in my playlist, so I
Really?
yeah. They keep changing shit all the time, and it makes it hard for me to, because I go by a lot of different information. When I have it in a folder, and then I organize it like 8 different ways in my mind, and it's all based off of the dates. Let me see here. This isn't the full video, though. Let me see here. I'll just drop this in chat. I'm not going to play it. It's like a 4-minute video. So here's the link if you want to check it out. This is where the real estate guy talks about it's like the 5 things that you need to do as soon as you move to northern Idaho, because they don't like outsiders. And this is a real estate agent telling you this shit. Oh, hold on. It cut it off. It cut it off 1 letter. There's the link without the title. Right there. It cut it off without the S on the end of it. But yeah, he's a real estate agent from Moscow, Coeur d'Alene. And he's telling you, like, you can tell that he doesn't like outsiders, and people probably get mad at him because he's selling homes to outsiders, and so he's probably tired of it too. And so he's like, you know what? I want, when I'm sitting there going, what kind of realtor will sit there and give people reasons not to move there, right? I'm like,
Oh,
that,
he's
that don't make
yeah.
sense. But now it really does. It really does, because if he can put it out there to people that are outsiders, they won't move there, and he actually accomplishes his goal. Really, if you think about it, he's keeping the Idaho homes Idahoan, and he's discouraging people from outside to come and to live there, and so it's a win-win. He gets to keep it Idaho, and he gets to keep, so that does benefit him. Maybe it costs him money in the long run for potential sales, but really he's probably looking at it like, I'm keeping the people from outside, I'm keeping them out of here, and it's a benefit thing. So I don't know. What do you think about? Do you think that she saw Koberger? Do you think?
No.
What do you?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I don't think that she did. I think that it's exactly the same as, how the story progressed with Dylan Mortensen. I think that she was kind of just set up to be a witness. And I mean, there was just never anything to suggest early on that she was a witness. It was quite a surprise. It came out of nowhere. I really don't believe that she saw him. I feel like maybe she was led to believe that she did, or it was implied to her and she took it on afterwards. But no, I really don't believe that she did.
Yeah. Yeah, with yeah, it just, especially when you use it twice. Like I said from the beginning, it was like she was trying to use a get out of jail or a get out of trouble free card. Like, we're not playing Monopoly. You don't get it out of community chess, Um and that's, to me, is what it sound like. Is that I'm blowing it out of proportion because I don't want to get in trouble, or maybe it's almost like when somebody gets pulled over and they show them. You might not know about this, but when they get pulled over and they show them the little badge sticker, hey, I have a family member of mine's an officer, and they gave me this little badge to flash at you, so that way you just give me a warning. Yeah.
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah, they even attach them on their license plate, so if they get pulled over,
that blatant.
oh, that's a family member. We better
Wow.
we better take it easy. Yeah. So it's kind of the same thing, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I got this little sticker, I got this little badge right here. Don't hit me that hard, just slap me on the wrist, okay?
Yeah. I also felt that, to be honest. And I mean, I don't think that the police really took too much notice of that. They were just like, well, okay.
Well, and speaking of those police, I'm a little concerned because the way that they were trying to push her, no, I think it's actually, I know who it is. I know it's, god damn, who is it? I found it out this morning. I'm trying to think where I put that, because I wrote it down and then I put it in my file, and I'm trying to think of where even. I know who it is. It's not. Yeah, there you go. Yes, that's who it is. William Searfoss. Yes. Correction officer. Yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, it's not the same. Yeah, I had yeah, so what was I saying? I can't remember. Man, I need some sleep. I'm all out of whack here. Ugh. Trying to get it back
Sorry.
on. No, the last few nights I was getting in that third shift sleep pattern the last few nights, and that's not the sleep pattern to be on, man. Especially when I need to be on the sleep pattern of a daytime, because it's not good when you got to be awake during the day and then your sleep patterns third shift up all overnight.
And then you get stuck in a South African time zone
Oh,
somehow, right?
yeah, this is what I wanted to bring up. So this kind of concerns me when it here. Let me get rid of this too. This is what kind of concerns me. All right, about so when we're listening to the body cam and we're seeing how they're trying to make a possession. They're trying to manifest destiny, a possession of substances with her. They're trying to accuse her of slanging. They're accusing Jimmy of slanging on the phone. They're accusing Jimmy of knowing all the right things to say to not allow them to search the vehicle. They're accusing him of all this other stuff. And this is what bothers me. And it's like all of the times that during that body cam when they were like, "You need help, Molly. Molly, you got to get cleaned up, Molly. You need some help, Molly." Like that's what I'm sitting there like that's what's concerning me at this point too, is because you're sitting there willing to accuse and push and try and create all these things to happen with Molly, but then none of it is true with Molly, but then yet you're so concerned about her getting help and getting clean and all this stuff. And so that's what's concerning me too. And it makes me wonder, you know how like sometimes they make people, what's the word, where somebody's already so fragile mentally and they're really good at twisting things and they're really good at twisting words, and they make this person believe that the lies that they're telling them kind of thing, like they're so broken that they you must be right. It makes me think like, Molly, you need help, and this, oh, you need to do this, and then they're trying to push it on her, and it's almost making me wonder, like, are they trying to make this lady crack? Are they trying to make her tell herself that she was driving under the influence? Or are they trying to make her like almost lie to herself because she thinks that they're, for her to go, yes, you're right, I was doing this and I was doing this, you're absolutely right. So then they have the justification, almost like a manipulation and a twisting. I don't know, it just concerns me.
Yeah, I don't know what the word is for what you're saying, but I understand what you mean. I guess it's kind of, oh my goodness, I don't know, but it does make sense when somebody is, like, as you say, somebody is fragile enough for that. Because I know that happens with like victims of abuse and stuff, right? They stop believing stuff about themselves that's not even the case. So yeah, I guess it is like gaslighting, but I think that there is probably, sorry, I think there probably is another term for it. I can't remember, or I don't even know if I've heard it before.
There's like another term for it. I can't remember. It's a psychosis term. It's a term that's used for it's like a medical term that's in my head, and I can't. It's like a medical term that, it's that these people have these traits that do this to other people, not narcissism, but it's, you know what I mean. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, there's a definition word for it. I just can't
We'll
remember.
have to find it.
Um,
I don't know. Like I get the concept of what you're saying, but I don't know the word.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. No, it's not like a syndrome. No, it's like a psychotic. Uh, it's like a psychotic branch, not a mental illness, but like a psychotic branch of what these.
Yeah.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I can't even explain it more than that. It's like some kind of term definition that person,
We'll
that's
find it.
it's specifically what they do to other people. They're you know, the manipulation, and they go after individuals that are abused and broken, and they can manipulate it, and basically they can be your brain. Like they can tell you and force you to kind of like if a guy is beaten down on a woman so much, and it ruins her self-confidence and her how she looks at herself and things like that. I don't know.
Self-esteem. Yeah.
Not like a blame shifting. It's you're making up. It's like, I didn't eat that ice cream. Yes, you did. You ate the ice cream because you did this and this and this, and you do it so much. It's like a verbal
Mhm.
abuse where they do it so much, and then that person then goes, oh, they must be right. You know, when you're in that position, and so the law,
Yeah, they become defeated. Yeah.
I don't know what the word is for it, but that, you know, um, the traffic's the date. Eva, are you asking for the date on the video, or the day it happened, or the date that the video was first published? Because it was September 4th or 5th, I think. I don't know without looking at it for sure, but I know it was September, the first couple days of September 2024. Um, Brainwashing, that's part of it, yes, but there's like a term that is used for it, for people that, like, you know how, like, you call them narcissists if they do those particular traits. It's kind of like that, where they do these particular traits, and it's called a word. It's a Because narcissists do a whole bunch of stuff in one, and these people do too. They gaslight, um they do the abuse. It's part of abuse. It's part of
Yeah.
verbal and mental abuse is what they do. um and so they start to, kind of like a woman thinks it's her fault when somebody keeps
Right.
when
Right.
somebody keeps going at it, going at it, going at it, going at it. But all right, so we'll go ahead and do a part 2 here soon. What time is it? 4:30. I'm gonna take a look at the stuff. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a regular show tonight. If we do, it's gonna be a little later than normal, just because we're doing this afternoon show. And if I don't do a show tonight, then I'm probably gonna do a community game night, doing some police simulator over here tonight. So if you guys want to watch me clean up the streets of Brighton, I'm either going to be doing that community game night tonight, maybe a little bit of Price is Right, but then also I might try and do a show. I need to look through my stuff, because I have this is all the stuff I'm not even caught up on, of the stuff that I want to get to, and each one of these is basically a show. So there's a lot of stuff that I still want to get to. So we'll see. I might do one tonight, but if not, I'm still going to be over here doing like a community game night. I was wondering if, because some other news might have come out at that time, just like Deleting pics and suddenly that. I mean, that's something to look into. Um, that is a good. That is a good question. What kind of stuff was? That is a good question. Thank you. I like that picture too. Um, that is a good question. I wonder if they're. Let me see. November, September, 2024. I was. It would have to be from. I was no. That's when we. That's when I went out. Me and Trey went out to Lumber River State Park on the boat. So I was out in Myrtle at the time. Um, I'm trying to remember. I just remember court hearings. I don't know. That'd be something to look into, though. That's a because you never know. You never know, really. Maybe there was something weird going on. Um, reach out to me. Let me know if you do find something. Reach out to me and let me know. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if you find something. EvilleCJ@gmail.com or any of the platforms Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, um, whatever. Just DM me over there or email me. Let me know if you find something. It is interesting, though. It makes you wonder if there was something that was used as a distraction. But I don't know. I think they kind of stumbled across. I think they kind of stumbled across her because I don't see how like that cop was like, we didn't even know it was you. Well, you knew it was her when you pulled up and you got the ID right away. So that would have, if you really were like, if she really was protected, because I know there's a lot of people talking about how she's a protected witness. If she really was protected, then I think they I don't think Turtlehead would have been saying, "What's that meth in the back seat?" You know,
Yeah.
I don't think dude would have been saying, "Yeah, you're slanging." No. No, I'm not slanging. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's just but we do know that Brian's friend is not the William that's summoned
You
for the trial. He's supposed to be on that show tonight. I don't know. I'm not even going to entertain it, honestly. Because, I don't know. I'm not even going to entertain it. I'm not even going to watch it. I'm not even going to go see it, honestly, because I already think it's a bunch of bullshit already. And do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor. If he shows a picture of him and BK, let me know, okay? Let me know. Otherwise, I'm not trying to watch some bullshit and then some dude get all happy that he's getting attention because uh we got the attention from Harsh. They deleted my videos.
Yeah.
Show a photo, then I'll take you seriously. It's not even that hard. If you're friends, you should have one. It's not like we're asking for. I mean, you already gave your personal information on that one video, and I muted the shit. I wasn't. I'm like, dude, you can be dumb enough to put your information out there, but I'm not gonna play you putting your information out on my shit. So I deleted it, or I muted that part. Um, but yeah, it's not that hard. Everybody has photos with their friends. Think about how many times people take photos now. I mean, they take photos of fucking everything nowadays. Look at the cloud. Yeah. I mean, they take photos of everything. So to sit there and act like there's no, bro. I'm listen. I'm not other people can, but as far as I'm concerned, you already lied right away. You already showed you're dishonest. This is something that's simple, quick, and easy, and proof. You know, I was going to reach out to him back then when he did his 2 videos. I was getting ready to leave a comment in his video and invite him
Yeah.
on. And then I watched I watched it one time. I was like, I mean, hey, let me invite him on, see if he wants to talk. I got done with the video, watched it again, and then I'm just sitting there and I'm going, no, I'm gonna wait because
Didn't feel right. Yeah.
this whole 2.5 years now you're coming out when you've had a channel this whole time. No, I'm gonna wait on that. And
Yeah.
so I don't even care to, honestly. Show me a photo. Post a photo. Community post a photo. Show it. Here's the it should be in my about me section in my channel. Here's the email, you can send it to me. Yeah, I'm gonna be when this DoorDash lady first came out and she claimed to see Brian. I already looked up what vehicle she had back then. Because I'm not interested about the truck. I needed to know what vehicle she was driving when the food was delivered, and when I found out the vehicle, that's when I was going to dig into the Linda Lane and see if I could see her vehicle anywhere in Linda Lane. But then we did the audio boost, and we've been going through all that, so I haven't even had a chance to do the Linda Lane stuff. So maybe on the next show, because I know we're going to be starting to do some more whisper digging
Yes.
in that body cam with the audio boost. And then I'll be using the ×8. And then I did another one too that's like out of this. I'm not even going to put it out there. It's just going to be for private use. But we're going to be doing that. So I'll try and on the next one, I'll see if we can do the Linda Lane stuff first, and then we'll get into the stuff. So yeah, reach out to me, let me know, and yeah, we'll figure it out. And so I want to say thank you again. I'm sorry, Rosie, it went so late. I know it's late for you.
No, I also want to apologize for being so sick. I've been coughing the whole time. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. No, thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you guys' company. Please hit the like if you haven't yet. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. Like I said, if I am going to do a show tonight, it's going to be later on. Otherwise, I'm going to do a community game night and maybe do some police simulator, and you guys can tell me if somebody's under the influence, right? But we're gonna do it right. We're not gonna treat them like they treated Molly. But we'll go bust some DUIs too. You never know what you're gonna find on them. Trust me. Trust me. There's some partying going on in Brighton sometimes. It's just if you catch it at the right time or not. But we will see you back later. Appreciate you guys. Love you. And I'll probably put out a couple little videos here. Just like breaking down the December 7th stuff and different things, just to try and help people understand that. Look, yeah, it may be coincidental, but listen, we broke it down, broke timestamps, all that stuff. I think it, instead of it going around like she was the reason why the bolo came out, I think we just need to have some common sense out there for a little bit. And really, there's just no possible way. So look for that. Do me a favor, share it out to your socials. We're still not in the algorithm after being taken down a couple weeks ago, and we're still kind of recouping from that. So it would really help, and it would really mean a lot to me, because there's a lot of not a lot of people now that are even knowing that I'm live or seeing that I'm live because of what happened. And all I can do is wait for it to get back to normal. So it would really help out, and I appreciate it. Also, if you're not subbed to Rosie, please go sub to Rosie. And also, I want to share this link with you guys real quick too. We did a Twitch watch party. This was fucking fun too. Me and Rosie did a Twitch watch party. Covering the Crime Nation, the Idaho college murders.
Watch it.
And that was one of the days where my sleep was all fucked up, wasn't it? I don't even remember what day it was we did it, but I'm pretty sure it was probably one of the days my sleep was fucked up because I don't remember what day we did it. Just like today, I thought it was tomorrow. And so I was loopy, barely had any coffee, and I was just there was no.
It was fun. It was fun.
There was no stopping the words that were just coming out. It was a free for all, and it was fun. So if you want to check that out, there's a direct link. Seriously, I don't know. You'll see the difference between loopy ass no coffee CJ and CJ that's right here in front of you right now.
But I was on my best behavior.
There's a big difference. Between because shit, I can't even think straight when I'm loopy. I just let it happen. We just let it happen. I say what I say, and I make jokes. I might drag something out. I might, I don't know. It's unpredictable. It's unpredictable. So check it out if you want. I love you guys. We'll see you again. Thank you so much again, Rosie. Always appreciate it. And we will definitely see you later, whether we're talking true crime or we're busting crime. And if you haven't seen it before and we do a police sim episode, definitely come and check it out. I think you're going to have a lot of fun too. And it helps us hang out and get away from a lot of the real shit, I love you guys. Appreciate you. And hopefully you have a peaceful, positive day. Love you guys.
Okay over there? Is the victim at the hospital? Someone shot there.
Alright, do you see that they take pictures of the, is it domestic related?